Hey everybody, and welcome back to We the Revolution. We're going to jump back in here to Act 2, Day 14. We are loved by the revolutionaries, we are liked by the common folk, and disliked, let's say, by the aristocrats, but we have a fairly good reputation, in fact, the perfect reputation. Now, we do know, I think at the end of last episode, that yes, we get this disturbing letter. Just to keep you up to date, if you perhaps have missed that one, a disturbing letter from our mentor, Raymond Devoyer, who is sitting here in the courtroom with us. He says that he had given information, he was basically blackmailed into giving information to someone about our family, and he assumes, or he believes, that they used that information to kill our son, so he's potentially no longer with us. I'm gonna assume this is Robespierre. Let's get his introduction. First of all, I ask the accused if he is able to speak. Well, I can't. Maximilien Robespierre. Monsieur le Juge, everyone here demands that, in accordance with the law, we need only confirm the identity of the defendant and pass sentence without trial. No, we're doing a trial. In accordance with the law, perhaps, but is it moral? Let the incorruptible taste the law he made for others. Are you Maximilien Robespierre? Yes. We can now sentence him to death for his crimes against the people. Well, yeah, probably, but we should at least pretend to hold a trial? So, the aristocrats want him alive. The revolutionaries, which is... I mean, he was, like, the leader of the revolutionaries, right? Like, the leader of the, the most hardcore, violent revolutionaries. So it's odd that the revolutionaries would want him killed, unless the revolutionaries have switched now. Now the revolutionaries are more moderate. Just curious, if we acquitted him... Oh man, I'd love it. If we gave him the death penalty... Look at how far that falls. The aristocrats will absolutely hate us. And it may, in fact, cause our death. But, I mean... If we acquit him... It's not looking good for the other... But the aristocrats love it. Which is weird, because he's... Like, I thought he was no friend of the aristocrats. But, let's see. What's my book glowing for? Oh, no reason. Sure. Well, no reason I can tell. What's the hierarchy look like? Henriot is out of the picture. And, Robespierre up here at the top. Okay. Let's check the information. 2 pages. We finally have him, Monsieur le Juge. We have Robespierre. Finally, we can try him for the terror he has brought upon us, for all the accusations of treason, for his dictatorial inclinations. At a time when the new government was full of corrupted people, he earned the nickname the Incorruptible. Nevertheless, France has paid a price in blood for his ideals. The law of 22 Prairial, I don't know how to pronounce that, which made it possible to sentence people without trial, may have been proposed by Couthon, but it was the authority of Robespierre that led to its implementation. The defendant wanted to give himself the means to kill his political opponents. Let me move the mouse. A perfect tool that would prevent them from testifying in court. When Robespierre pointed at someone, they were as good as dead. Moreover, according to a rumor, Robespierre allegedly suggested once, while having dinner with Bertrand Barrère, that France could benefit from decimating its population, that only a ruined and thinned out but ideologically pure society could rebuild France in the spirit of the revolution. Why would Robespierre, a man whose reputation was once irreproachable, engage in such atrocities? Dictatorship, Monsieur le Juge, is our last accusation. We find no other logical explanation than the Incorruptible's desire to gain absolute power over France, which is equivalent to treason. After the defendant's arrest, we searched the city hall and found a seal engraved with the fleur-de-lis, the main symbol of the royalist powers. Alright, well, let's unlock some questions, shall we? There's only 4 things to do. Seal with the fleur-de-lis. That's going to be evidence. The law of the 22 whatever. That's going to be maybe a method. Absolute power is a motive. Mass murder is a method. There you go. Done. Oh, it's all there's no options to even go for acquittal. Look at that. Just want to check. What do we? The defendant confessed to his crimes. Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? How did the defendant explain that he was in possession of a seal bearing the symbol of royalty? Were the recent arrests a prelude to your decimation of society? He's the devil himself. Gossip could never. What kind of a man could think of something like that? A monster. To destroy the nation and make place for those who are loyal to him? It is beyond terrible. Not me. Tens of thousands have left their blood on your hands. It's not gossip. You sought to destroy the entire nation. Well, I mean, if we wanted to let him go, now is a good time to do it, but I don't know about that. Did you push through the law? Did you long for absolute power? You admit that you are guilty of treason and beheading politicians who are hostile to neighboring countries. You long for absolute power. Never. And yet you are known for taking merciless measures against those who politics, like here, politics. We are in the court now, and this court is ruled by Themis. Keep the fools thinking that. Give the bastard what he deserves. May I remind you that the defendant's identity has been confirmed and his guilt is obvious. He can be sentenced. I know the law, Prosecutor Tomville. Hurry. Fainting. You admit that you are guilty of treason? Never. No. I cannot look at this traitor. I only serve France, the people. Then why do you have a seal with the fleur-de-lis? Forged, not mine. He's trying to lie his way out of this. Which foreign ruler promised you the throne if you eliminated those politicians loyal to the revolution? I remove saboteurs like you. We'll remove your head. Well, you know what? I think there's no reason to ask the next question. Let's see what happens when we get assaulted, perhaps by the aristocrats. The defendant confessed the crimes? No. Was his act counter-revolutionary? Yes. He said that it was falsified. Sign the name. Guilty of being a dictator. I don't like this. I don't like this risk of death right here. Let's see what happens. Guilty, and I will say it again, he is guilty to the guillotine with him. The end of tyranny. Long live the judge. Aristocrats -6. Alright, well, goodbye, Mr. Maximilien Robespierre. I think we can give a speech on this one. I'll use a point. I'll reveal a point. They are carefree. So they're attached to this crime, so let's use aggression. They're attached. Well, no, let's manipulate them with their attachment. They are carefree towards the defendant. A weird statement of being carefree. So let's be careless. I don't know. and they are withdrawn to the revolution, let's be aggressive to draw out their feelings. Boom. Perfect. 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 Commence the persuasion. Future generations will remember that we were not cowards. They will remember us delivering punishment for such hideous crimes. Yay, everyone loves it. Carelessness. Give a round of applause for the play Killed for Nothing. Okay. Yay, everyone thinks that's the greatest joke they've ever heard. You have gained power in France. Now spill the blood of those who oppose the Republic. They're worked up into a frenzy. We got a reputation up. Who cares? Like, our reputation was already maxed. Hello, Mr. Robespierre. The death of your mentor. Neighbors discovered the body of your mentor, Raymond, who was found hanging in the living room in his apartment. They testified that Devilliers had left before dawn, when he must have left a letter at your desk, and then came back and committed suicide. The neighbors heard him crying, loud sobs as it stopped abruptly. His room was a mess. There were a number of half-full glasses of wine and empty bottles, with witnesses saying that he had been drinking a lot lately. Raymond Devilliers, the person who introduced you to the world of law books and clauses, your mentor and friend, was involved in Frederick's death. And now a different judge shall evaluate his life. Godspeed, Monsieur Devilliers. Look, I don't hold you responsible for anything that happened to our son. I know you were put in a weird position, and you didn't intend it to happen. Thank you for your service. You have to choose an action. Political debate? Reading together? Going shopping? Cleaning out the attic? The attic has grown dusty and cluttered. Matilda has not been energetic about housekeeping lately. Not that one can blame her. Let the male part of the family roll up their sleeves and clean. You know what? I think we need to do that. I think we need to get our mind off our friend, Mr. Devilliers, and maybe with some hard work, just menial labor, we can put our thoughts towards the task of just moving boxes. So, there you go. Clean out the attic. How about that? Now here. Did we get defeated? Oh, our guy got completely surrounded. Yes, our guy was in fact injured. I'm gonna move him like maybe over here. Heal up, please. You're just boned. I'm sorry, dude. Gregory Rommel, there's like nothing we can do about this right now. We could even send our diplomat in, but you're surrounded by two bruisers, so that's not something I really want to deal with. I'm gonna move here and lower the fervor over here because this place is about on fire. What's in the hierarchy? Robespierre is gone. Got his head cut off. Clement Renard, we are coming for you, you jerk. Alright. Good luck to you, Gregory. A perfect intrigue. Achievement unlocked. All debts are paid. We got +5 reputation. Ooh, we already had a perfect reputation. Who cares? Convention chooses new committee members. Robespierre's time is over. Like, is this Tenville? Just standing on a pile of corpses? Or is that us? Robespierre's time is over. Now the convention must choose new members for the Committee of Public Safety and deal with the chaos in the city. Your last speech was impressive, and you will surely be able to convince them at least one more time. Unlimited power is at your fingertips. Hey, I don't know if I want unlimited power. I don't think that's what I started. We just want some revenge for our son. All right, let's end the day, please. And let's see if we don't get ganked by the aristocrats. Well, the aristocrats and the revolutionaries want you dead. There's rumors. What's the rumors? Rumors are going around that you are a drunkard and a gambler. Nothing new. However, people are starting to think less of you. Influence -1, common folk -1, revolutionaries -1, reputation -1. Well, you know what? We are a drunkard. I don't know about a gambler, but you're right on the other accounts. Who is this man? Why is his face bandaged? Who are you? The common folk want you alive. If I acquitted you, that'd be bad news. I think, yeah. I think you're... Unfortunately, I think you're a dead woman. Who are you, by the way? Kill the counter-revolutionary. Away with the aristocracy. Are they insane? Bloody coward. Citizen, what is your name? Countess Isabelle de la Montaigne? Do not think that I am threatened by your stern face. My family and I have already been hurt enough by your revolution. Do you hear that, audacious cow? Order. The accused is advised to cooperate with the court. Remember that your life is not the only one at stake. Neither I nor my unborn child are guilty of Plessis' disability. Sure, the stone threw itself through the air to smash my eye. Also, it is simply outrageous of you to hide behind an unborn child. You should be ashamed. You're gonna make me execute a pregnant woman. Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do, game? For real? That's how we're gonna play this? Ah, here we go. There is us. We are at the top of the food chain. Alright, let's check the case file here. We have the 19-year-old widow of plotter Count Cyril de la Montaigne is accused of assaulting an officer. The incident took place during the public execution of her husband, who was sentenced to death 3 months earlier. According to the file, he was planning to assassinate the main leaders of the revolution. The decapitation took place in front of the Paris City Hall. Soon afterwards, the captain of the National Guard, this Roger Plessis, lost an eye, allegedly at the hand of Countess de la Montaigne. It's said that the Countess led a commotion in the crowd and then cast a stone in the direction of Captain Plessis, who was standing on the scaffold. The victim saw her in the crowd, and the Countess was immediately detained by the guards who were keeping watch. Everything points to the fact that the captain's injury was not collateral damage, but the direct result of de la Montaigne's deliberate act. It was him who discovered the plot and arrested the Count and 4 of his accomplices, all aristocrats related to the pre-revolutionary royal court. Now deprived of one of his eyes, Captain Plessis ignores the sex, age, and pregnancy of the Countess, accusing her of counter-revolutionary action and demanding the highest punishment for her. Okay. You're really gonna do this to me, game? It's weird, like, so she is an aristocrat, but the aristocrats want her dead? Like, I don't understand how that works sometimes. Well, the people are happy. Are they? Let's unlock some questions and hope we can get the right answers. Widow of a plotter, discovery of a plot, casting a stone, inciting a riot. Offender's personality, accusation, method, and motive. Casting a stone sounds like the method. Or is that an accusation? That's accusation? Inciting a riot is the method by which you cast the stone. There you go. Widow of a plotter. That's your personality. Discover the plot. That's the motive. You upset. Achievement unlocked. Sherlock. Okay. Oh. We only have... We only have things that show her innocence. You admit to throwing a stone in the direction of the victim because he was responsible for your husband's death. Regretfully, I am not responsible for hurting that scoundrel. He should be the one decapitated for more reasons than just my husband's death. What do you mean? I gave myself to him. I did it because he promised my husband's immunity in exchange, and now I am pregnant with his child. Do you want to say something, Plessy, you bastard? She's lying, that bloody bitch. It's a lie, Monsieur le Juge. You should gag her. Any woman could say that. We must have evidence. I will give birth to that child, Plessy, so everyone can see the resemblance. Order, order. Do I really need to repeat myself? Bring in Captain Plessy as a witness. Hello, Captain Plessy? Oh, wow, yeah. We're boned. How would you comment about the remarkable statement given by the defendant? The sheer fact that you were asking me about the scandal, on my honor, I did not fill the belly of that witch. The defendant seems rather certain of it. Did you have intercourse? Did you accept such a dishonorable bribe? I've lost an eye. How am I supposed to serve the country now? Answer the question. The defendant visited me the day before her husband's trial and asked me to intercede on his behalf. I refused. Then whose child was that? How can you be so sure that it was the accused who threw the stone? I heard there were many people crowded around the gallows. Only one stone was thrown. People were hitting each other, but nobody could dare raise their hand against an officer who was only following orders. And that does not prove anything. No, it does not, but when a woman yells death to the treacherous guards right after you behead her husband, there is no better explanation. Did you see it? I saw her, and I saw the stone coming from where she was standing. What's there to think about? Well, we could do it. We could just offer their head. That's enough. If we acquit her, I think we're boned. But should we do it? Let's see what happens. Let me play through it. And we can always go back, because I have the save files. I mean, it auto-saves every day. So we can go back and replay this if we have to. You know, if we get absolutely mobbed by the aristocrats. Let's check it out. Did you throw the stone that hurt the victim? Did you incite a riot to carry out your revenge on the victim? Describe your involvement in the riot. Did you throw the stone? I do not know who cast it, but I'm glad they did not miss. Captain claims it was you. It was hard not to believe him since he was observing the whole event from the scaffold. Look at me and look closely. I am not well built. I am 5 months into my pregnancy, and I was cut off from the scaffold by soldiers and the crowd. He was at least 20 yards away. How could I hit him from that far? You were acting with heated emotions, and they are known to reveal unexpected strength. I was unable to do anything but cry. You were as angry as you are now. You say so, but anger would be justified in a situation like that, and people can do many things when angry. What were you even supposed to be solving? What was the defendant yelling? How did the So, basically know those. Did you incite a riot? I did not incite anything. All that I remember was falling on a man standing behind me. There was a fight, and then the soldiers pulled me from the crowd. So you do not remember much? No. Then you cannot be certain that you did not cast the stone. What's your involvement in the riot? I was not involved at all. Why would I incite or take part in it? Would that bring my husband back to life? Considering the Count's crimes, it is hard to believe that his wife would not be prone to activities that endanger public safety. I had nothing to do with my husband's activities. My only guilt, as you can see, is being born in court and not in some marketplace. Well, okay. Well, we don't have any direct evidence that you did it. I mean, there's only one witness, and I don't know. He seems like perhaps he has a grudge against you. or a reason to remove you. So, what happens if we were to let you go? Let's see. Like I said, we can always reload if we want to. Or if we're forced to. The jury says, acquitted, so you're acquitted. You would think that the aristocrats would like this action, but apparently they do not. Okay, we got some extra things, so maybe we can bring up the aristocrat score a little bit here. Marquis Bach deliberately misled Jean Paulin, who bought a country mansion from him. Bach made him believe that for his money he would get the palace, the garden, and part of the surrounding forest. In fact, the forest belongs to his neighbor. The truth came out when Poulin moved into his new house. I mean, that's fraud, so off with your head. There you go. So we're not at death's door yet. But this is an aristocrat. So Anita Lamotte, the manager of an orphanage, abused money from men to let them sexually abuse children. During a raid, soldiers walked in on 3 perverts who unfortunately managed to escape and evade punishment. I was going to say we were going to let her go before I read the text. I was like, okay, Anita, you get let go because we can't afford to anger the aristocrats, but, you know, I cannot go on record saying we're going to let you go for that one, so yeah, we may be reloading. Abel Cloutier. Abel Cloutier, a craftsman who produces wooden toys, attacked Charles Ducre with a metal rod. The victim was a seller of his products. The crime was most probably motivated by the fact that Cloutier did not find Ducre's marketing efforts sufficient. As a result, he decided to injure him and set his store on fire. Well, off with your head, too. Okay, good. We have a little bit. We're just death to everyone today, I guess. Well, except for this woman that we just acquitted. But, you know, the minor cases, death to them. The verdict in this case of Countess Isabelle de la Montagne is not guilty. Lead the defendant out. What a coward. Are aristocrats still so privileged? Away with a law like that. Of course you would say it was counter-revolutionary Tinville because you're a jerk. Alright, next day, please. Or at least next action during this day. Game? You gonna be okay? Here we are. Alright, I was wondering when
your
I
eyes were never so empty. But today, I want you to be proud of me.
Oh, hello, guys. Some masked figures have assaulted us.
Come with me, Monsieur le Juge.
What's this all about? And did you hurt my wife? This is my son? What have you done to my son?
Welcome, brother.
Bruno Fidel. Aren't you dead?
You were in the dark for so long.
Aren't you dead? Am I wrong? I thought you were killed.
Bruno? Is that really you? How is it even possible?
You were told what you were supposed to think. I had to die as our father's favorite son so that I could be born again. While you have been leading a comfortable domestic life, I was crawling in the mud of a battlefield.
You know, he hated to do that to you.
We all thought you were dead.
It was much easier that way, wasn't it? I was dead and have been through hell, dear brother.
Well, that's no reason to assault us and our family.
Harry abandoned me. Every door closed at the mere sound of my name. That was when hell reached for me. I enrolled in the army, hoping for a noble death. Instead, I was captured, taken, and I suffered. The enemies played a game of dice with me. If I won, I would be free. But for each round I lost, I would also lose land.
That's pretty
I
bad.
won the first one, but the second, I was able to escape and started planning my revenge on our family, our father.
Hey, I had nothing to do with it. You leave my family alone. If you want to take this up with Dad, you take this up with Dad.
On everyone who had disowned me.
Revenge? On us? You should lay the blame on Clement Renard. He was the one to...
I blame you all. Father, you, France.
You want to hurt your own family?
You disowned me, as God disowned Cain.
No, we continued
Father
living.
abandoned
We didn't know.
his own son, and you did not even try to defend me.
I was young.
Now you are an adult, and our Father will watch your fall from grace as far down as you can go. He will eventually abandon you, as he did me. I have realized that death will not hurt him as much as watching his other son reach the bottom and become a villain too.
All right, well, you let the rest of our
And
family
you
go
did
then.
extremely well. You destroyed them.
They didn't have anything to do with this.
The Roland. Pache and his daughter. Gobel and his bastard son.
Hey, we weren't responsible for every one of those.
And now, Robespierre.
He deserved it.
You did everything according to my plan. All I needed to do was awaken your desire for power.
You killed our son. You
I
killed
made
Frederick.
sure that you would fall with me, right before Father's eyes. Now, he will see that we are equal.
Was my son's death also part of your plan?
I executed him through the hands of Renard and your beloved mentor. I visited him and made him believe the story of his imprisoned son. Then he also became one of us, a villain. He helped me to kill your child in order to save his own. See, I needed my own revolution. A place for people you call criminals, because they do not fit in your society. I lead an army of outcasts in Paris. An army of the sons and daughters left behind after you decapitated their mothers.
No, we didn't. Not everyone.
People who have lost everything because of the revolution were expelled, forced to move to a foreign land. In a few days, we will attack Paris and build a new home on its ruins. A place where a father will always keep an eye on both his sons.
Well, you better kill me now,
Are
because
you
you don't,
insane?
I'll take your head.
Wait until you hear what I intend to do with your second son.
He's not done anything.
Exactly.
He must pay for the sins of his father. Everyone must. Just as I paid for the cowardice of ours. He will play 2 rounds of dice. Each round you lose, he will lose a hand. That is the same price I had to pay. And now it's your son's turn.
I forgot how to play this
The
dice
price
game.
is suitable for the sins you are guilty of.
I haven't been practicing dice.
You have killed every person that would be brave enough to face me. Thank you.
Alright, well, I guess we play dice. Roll the dice and see what happens. We got 130. I forget how this game even works. Roll again. I mean, I forget how this game works. If we roll again, I want to be able to at least... I want to re-roll the 6. And just the 6. Can I do that? I can't click on them. Choose the dice to re-roll. Just re-roll the 6. I mean, I guess I could re-roll the 2s, but they're a matching pair. And I think pairs match, even though 2s are low. Let's re-roll the 6. A 4. That's even worse. Well, sorry, son. I guess you lose one hand. Oh, look at that. 300? No, just keep in there.
The blood is on your hands, not mine. I won again.
You just won once. Your son still has one hand. So tons of 4s. 200. I'll re-roll. I'll re-roll this one. Is that a stupid idea? Maybe. Boom. 4. Yahtzee. Oh, that's a crap hand. $180. Yeah, I'm gonna use my last reroll. I'm gonna reroll the ones. 240. 220. Okay, last one, and we cannot re-roll this. Unless we go by bottom number. Like, do we go by final number at the bottom, or are these all separate hands? Well, that's 80. 80? Jeez, that sucks. Why is it only 80? I don't understand the scoring system. Yeah, that's it, I guess. We'll win that one. Oh, we tied. 80. Alright. Is 990 better than 880? Alright.
You think that you know what it means to suffer. Wait until I show you.
Alright, so clearly since my son doesn't have 6 hands, it must be the total score at the bottom. Alright, roll the dice. It's a crap hand. 130. Oh, I don't have any rerolls. I only had 3 rerolls for 10 games. That's garbage. Well, lost that one. And looks like I'm gonna lose this one too. Oh, what? That's rigged, dude.
You will fail and break our father's heart. Only then will my revenge be complete.
My son will never be able to play the viola again with only one hand. I hope you get the... Now, come on. This is totally rigged. You are rigged. This... I should just punch you in the face right now. Well, sorry, son. You're definitely losing a hand. My apologies to you. We did everything we could, son.
We are done here. We settled the first score, but that is not all I have prepared for you. Far from it.
Might not have used so many rerolls on that
I'm
first
out,
hand if
my friend.
I had realized it was the total score at the bottom.
He saved me. He saved my son.
Who saved your son?
But he could not save what was already broken into a million pieces.
What are we
Her
talking about?
eyes were not empty. Her eyes.
What are we talking about? I'm lost. So it was him this whole time. I'm sorry, I did not know. There is no way I could have. Was he the one who mutilated Bernard? Yes. He ordered his thugs to do it. I cannot believe that I raised such a monster. Sorry, son, and did in fact lose his hand. It is not over yet. I am going to kill him. He will not stop hurting us unless I do. I must kill him. I lost my son long ago. Then I got him back for a little more than a few seconds, only to lose him again. I'm not going to defend someone who has reached the bottom for a second time. There was only darkness in his life. As is mine. Or as in mine, pardon? Nothing. We need to stick together. Well, the true enemy. Can you imagine inviting anyone to spend quality time together when your son just became an invalid? I mean, you have to keep one hand, right? So it's not. He's still partly, partly manipulate things. Unless I'm wrong about the stakes of that game. Yeah, our son hates us. You know what? Why do you hate us, son? Because I didn't roll the dice properly? Can't blame me for that. Ah, Reynard is replaced with our brother. Your brother's army will arrive in 4 days. So you're wounded, so you need to get out of there. I'm gonna move you to here. I cannot move you here. I can only move you to the close space. So I'm gonna move you to here. I'm going to move you to here, and I want you to increase my influence. I want to move you to here, and I want you to increase my influence. And so if that works, then I will control everything but this center island. If that works. Act 2, Égalité, Day 16. What was so important to bring you here, Marat? Or Marat? Is it really so important that we cannot discuss it at my house in the evening? I think I'm going to end this episode here, but I'll read what he has to say first. I'd rather do it here, surrounded by other people, as I am afraid that I would not leave your house alive. I do not understand. I'm in documents of anonymously written... I'm in possession of anonymously written documents that describe your actions since you became a judge of the tribunal. Betrayals, murders, political bribery. Are you still human, or am I talking to the devil? This is all Clement Renard's doing. That man has already destroyed my father, and in a few days ago he threatened to do the same to me if I would not be obedient to him. Citizen Fidel. Whatever is written there is not true. Those lies are only supposed to destroy. We're only supposed to destroy. Do not make a fool of me. Today Reynard was found dead at the back of the Café Procope. I know that I will dig into this. Until I know your very wrongdoing. your every wrongdoing, every murder, deceit, betrayal. I can assure you that. There's no need. Focus on assuring your family that you are not a monster because I intend to be ruthless. Okay, well, we have minor cases to deal with. Alright, well, we'll deal with them. Well, first I'll see what this thing friend is. Someone is taking care of your reputation behind the scenes. Okay. But I think I'll end this episode here. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. And hope to see you again next time.